Taurus, welcome to your Astroflower reading for the week going from the 17th through to the 23rd. Hope everybody's okay. Let's just jump straight in here and see what's going on with your overall energies. Hermit. Have you got something to learn here? Or have you got something to express? This is how it can fall both ways. I think the energy, as we express, we learn. That's possibly a way of doing it. And as we learn, we express. It works in both ways. It's the yin and the yang, basically. But there is also something that I keep getting here is sort of like, it's almost as if like the overall energy is sort of saying to you, maybe it's best to just sort of like, just take a step back. That's what I'm getting a little bit coming in from you, or for you in the overall energies here. I think we saw that in the other reading the other day. I think it's not a case of ignoring people and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's more of a case of just not provoking too much. Allowing things to flow through, not provoking too much. And I think that is a very good learning curve to do. It's when we observe, we learn a lot without having to go through the emotional, physical or energetic strains, as it were. So maybe it's in observation mode at the moment. Let's see what's going on your relationship side. Well, that's a bit different. Ace of Swords. Make you feel like you're winning, like there's something very stimulating happening within your relationships, and I think possibly this is where your expression comes out with the learning curve and stuff like that. But it's going to make you feel like you're winning. And observing, I'm not sure that goes into that sort of scenario in the same sort of way. But what it may do is, if you're in an observing mode, or if you're in expression mode or a learning mode, doesn't matter which one it is, whichever way, if it's observing mode, you're going to get a lot of fresh ideas, mental stimulations about how you can how you can develop your relationships that are around you, basically, and make you feel like you're really winning, you're getting there, things are progressing, without having to do too much. That's maybe the possibility here, of allowing things to go with the flow. So basically, it's like canoeing on a river. You don't have to canoe anything. You just occasionally need to give yourself a little bit of a direction in regards to the relationships that are around you. The devil. Needs are wants, or wants are needs, as the devil drives. That's the phrase that's now coming to me all the time when I think about everyone who's been getting the devil. He's been turning up all over the place. Capricorn card. And he's a bit of a trickster. That's the sort of feeling I get from more than anything else. I don't think the universe is trying to be obsessive about you and stuff like that, but maybe the universe is sort of like, through that observation mode, the universe may be sort of like throwing you curveballs every now and then, just to make you kind of go, oh right, okay. And it's sort of I feel like it's a very joyous thing, actually. I think it's like a brother or sister or a good friend, just sort of like, just poking you in the ribs and making you laugh at the wrong moment. And that sort of thing. I think the universe is almost doing that to you. Maybe it's encouraging you as well to sort of like step out your comfort zone and learning to excel within just you, as it were. Page of Pentacles, opening the doorway. This is how your guides are trying to influence or connect the paths to the future. I think you've done a lot of work in regards to your relationships over the last 3 or 4 months. And this is why it could be a case of just allowing things to flow through, allowing the path to exist, and the learning that you did along that path, and recognizing what's good, what's not good, and stuff like that, and how it fits with everything around you. It's also a learning card. It's learning. That's what the page does. The page is learning to be a knight, to get on and work, as it were, with relationships and stuff like that. Very fortunate sort of card as well. Fortunate in the sense of doing things and getting things done. But yeah, that's what's coming through. How that how the past is connecting to your future. Let's just see what your future guides. You got the Star. So this is really nice because the Hermit there has that star in his lantern. And basically, I think your guys here are sort of saying, although you're taking it easy and not getting too involved in everything, you're keeping your eye on the goal. So keeping your eye on what you really want in the way of relationships, how you want your relationships to be with other people. And this could be family, friends, community, as much as your partner. And I think here is, following your dreams that have been in you, or following your ambitions or your desires, as it were, that has been in you for some time, and now it's a moment of pause and seizing the moment, possibly because we've got that Ace of Swords there. And it could be a tricky thing to get. It's sometimes, like if you're trying to get blackberries off a bush and it's got lots of thorns on it, you're going to get pricked every now and then. And that's what that Devil card is all about. But you want those, it's not like blueberries. You want that star moment. You want that relationships that really kind of go, yes, life is great. And that's what you're aspiring to, and which is really nice. And that's where you're heading. But it's just a case of allowing things to flow through in order for you to see that really, really clearly. Seven of Pentacles is at the top of your relationship side, so nurturing. This is nurturing your dreams or your aspirations or your ambitions or your desires according to your, of what you want in the way of relationships. I think this is a week to do that. And that is also comes through observation and learning or expression of how you understand relationship to be. So it could be a case of you sort of saying to a friend, family member, or even your partner, sort of saying, do you know what, I like it when we do this, or I like it when we're like this, because that's what you've understood. And expressing that then allows things to adjust accordingly without you having to do anything. So I think communication is probably a good idea. In that nurturing process, but gentle communication, Taurus. Okay, sometimes a bit of a bull in the china shop. We all know it. Us Capricorns is the same. So, I'm not going to throw stones in glass houses, but just sort of, from one friend to another, just be gentle with yourself and the rest of the world that is around you. Let's just see what's going on your financial side, because I think this, honestly, you've been paying attention to this side for some time now. I still think it's the main objective in your life is that material path, job, business, projects, that sort of thing. On your karmic path, you have the Five of Swords, no time to fight over situations that are not worth winning, a waste of time, trying to prove something that already is true or right or exists and what have you. Hello, the pigeon. I don't know if you can see it. It's just a pigeon that's just kind of sat behind me. But anyway, I think this is your karmic mission, is to sort of just let it kind of go, oh yeah, but I know the result there. I'm not gonna argue about it because I've already been through it and know it, moving on. Sort of thing. I think that's the karmic attitude that you need to do in order to get on to what you get things really rocking for you. I think we'll see that on the higher section of that there. And the universe here is sort of saying, so you've now got the Five of Swords and you've now got the Five of Pentacles. If you concentrate on your weak side, so your determinate side, your side sort of when you're right, and you're not going to back down sort of scenario, but is that worth winning? Is that a hill worth dying on? Probably not. And that's what the universe is trying to, make you aware of. That the moment you get involved in conflictual situations, and this could be with a client, this could be with fellow work colleagues, this could be within your business or your projects, the moment you get into that sort of mode or vibe, the universe will make you lose. And so in order not to lose any situation here, if you try and paddle too fast in the river, you're gonna be going too fast and you're gonna hit that rock. But if you take your time, take it easy, you'll be able to get there. And that's what the Hermit's trying to help you to do, I think. And he is facing that way. He's facing that way when it's on the card. So he's facing towards your financial side. And I think that's what you're really orientated from. The universe, I don't think, obviously if you go all in, yeah, the universe may make you kind of go, right, all in, okay, you're going to lose everything. And this is why I think you should be sort of like very selective about where you go and what conflicts or confrontations you do in the way of your business and jobs. You've now got another page here on the same sort of thing, and I think this is the learning curve. As I said, you've been on some time, and it's all to do with your passions, how your passions drive your ambitions, basically. And I think you've understood that, how to do that. And I think that's now well within you, and you've got a certain control over that. And now you've got to apply those passions into kind of going, do you know what? That's something petty. I'm going to lose time, money, effort if I get involved in that. I'm just going to keep my eye on the big prize. Keep your eye on the big prize, Taurus. Don't let it out your sights, And the moon. Yeah, the future. It's confronting a different side to you that you're not. It's out of your comfort zone. This moon thing for you. You are a sign of earth and fire. That's what Taurus is. Not huge amounts of water within you. Got to be said. And with this moon card, it's quite nice because it's your opposite. It's your Scorpio. So, I think maybe your opposite side of sort of trying to show you is a bit like your guides are showing you a mirror, sort of showing you things that you can see within yourself or within the life that is around you that, you're not used to dealing with. And I think that's that whole side that it's a bit of a learning curve for you this week, or expressing that idea of what you've learned through business, through your projects and stuff like that. Keeping your eye on the goal. This is what's coming out of it all. The Ten of Pentacles. Abundance in all forms within your financial side. This ties into finance as much as respect, as much as, real sort of place to be, as it were. And you've got a lot of pentacles going on in your life, as we can see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pentacles here. Only 2 swords and 1 wand. A lot of major arcana cards. But yeah, it's to do with it's all to do with the material world for you guys at the moment. It seems pretty obvious to me on that side. And keeping your eye on the goal is really important here. But learning as well of how to express yourself without losing your rag. Without going too far. Without, you're right. So you don't really need to, you don't need to lose it. You just need to kind of sort of say, be in that cool, calm, collective position of sort of saying, I'm right. And I think that will help you out. It's going to put, as I say, it'll put you into a position where, because you're so true, Taurus, you see it so clearly for you that, sometimes being the diplomat can be a little bit difficult for you. But when you do get it, there's a huge amount of force behind it. Let's just see what's going on with the clarification on that. You get the Knight of Wands. This may be the combination of this learning curve that you've been through, and you're stepping into now the driver of your passions. So it's a sort of pause before you kick in a way, in this coming week. And when it does kick in, it's going to be very sociable and very rewarding to you, I think. With the Two of Swords, with the Ace of Swords, you get the Two of Wands. Through this sense of, yes, I know what I want, I'm going after it, I'm going after that star card here, and I've learned a lot on my way. It's going to help you to plan your future a lot better. And this is maybe this respite and this sort of pause, as it were, that's going to really help you out. Well, with the devil, you get the Knight of Cups. I think the devil is offering you a chance to play. And a play with ideals in life without too much of a cost for you. And I think it's to do with communication as well. Devil's in the detail. The planning, I think, is here. And in order to plan something, I think the moment you've got some planning coming on, I think the universe is ready to offer you or create a situation around you which they may have to coerce you into a little bit, to be honest. Because usually, you know, you got your bee in your bonnet and you're going for it. And the universe may have to kind of go in the background, just kind of going, just steer Taurus that way a little bit, and then they'll meet this person, and that'll be good, you know, and you won't even really notice it. But I think the universe is actually being a really good friend to you at the moment, more than anything else. They may make you turn around occasionally and kind of go, oh man, yeah, right, so I can't believe I did that sort of scenario. But it's a learning curve, and you'll learn very well. You've got the Seven of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles, and this is what you've got to nurture. You've got to nurture that pathway that's going, that you've created in regards to your relationships, the connections that you've made with people, the way in which you have things in your life, the way in which you want things in your life. I think it's nurturing. It's also a realization as well, the realization of how much you've done, how well you've done, how much information, you know, you've processed, and how much you've sort of gathered or understood from your side. And with this star card, you get the world. So you're getting pretty much all the signs. You've got the world, you've got the moon, you've got the star. You're only looking for the sun, and we're laughing. But heading off to, you know, your ambitions or your desires, this is what's coming up for you. And this is what I was talking about, the event that's coming through, which I saw on, this is a game changer for everyone. And I think that comes through this week. So we're looking between the 16th or the 17th and 23rd. I think it's really comes home to roost. And this sends you off on a new journey, which you've already started here by the looks of things, but you're going to need some adjustments into it. And you're going to need to nurture those adjustments as you go forward. But everything is possible. There is a bit of a leap of faith here, so this could be tying into the Knight of Cups. This could be a case of maybe you need to do a leap of faith in the way of communication, or someone else needs to do a leap of faith in the way of communications to you, which is going to open that whole new cycle, which we can see with the World and the Star card, where, yeah, you feel like I think it's almost as if like you feel your sense of value, if you know what I mean. You know, you're not going to devalue yourself in regards to relationships around you. That's the sort of feeling I get with this Fool. That's the new journey. That's the new pathway that's opening up for you. The Fool is the beginning of the tarot. It's number 0. And yeah, within your relationships here, I wouldn't settle for second best. And I would be very honest with yourself, and be honest about what you want, and let the chips lay where they should lay. You know what I mean? Let's just see what goes on your financial side. With the 5 of Swords, conflicts that's really not worth having. You've got the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is about that sort of like fair exchange. It's also about like something that works, a completion of something, something that works. But it's also a fact that it works because you're looking after yourself. And this is what I mean about sort of saying, there's no point me, you know, getting involved in this sort of conversation. I know what's what, I know what's right, and I've got to look after myself and make sure you're okay. So then once you're okay, you can then start investing in people and situations or businesses or jobs or whatever it is around you that you feel worthy of your time, effort and money. The universe here with that 5 of Pentacles, this is the complete opposite. This is I was saying earlier on that if you concentrate on your weaker side and your conflictual sort of side, you're going to lose. But if you allow yourself to shine and to be incredibly joyous and just, you know, let those conflicts roll off your back like the water off the back of a duck, you're going to be in such a really good place. It's going to really empower you in such a beautiful way. Let's see with the Page of Wands what's going on there. You, as I said earlier on, with that Page of Wands, I think you've already created this pathway. You know your passions, you have a control over it. Now, what do you want to manifest? This is what's coming out of it, creating your ideal situation in regards to your finances, your job, your business, and your projects. That's what the past is bringing towards you. As you go forward, you got the Moon and Heartache. So pushing you into things that are a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I've always said in one of my books called The Event, which you can find a link to in the description below, one of the phrases that kept coming up all the time was sometimes you win more when you lose. And this what ties into here. But in order to do that, you have to have a control over your emotions. And this is where you're a little bit blindsided on your business and projects and your job side. Because you're such a very passionate person about something, and you know it's right, when it works, and when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. How you apply your emotions into this situation will be the game changer. And I think it's learning how to not get triggered by people that are just being completely, you know, pain in the backsides, just because they want to be, just because they want to create a problem for you. And this is where I think this ties into the learning process of the hermit as well. You need to sort of, this week here in particular, if you feel yourself getting triggered, and this could be by a client or a supplier, this could be by your company that you work for, or colleagues, or you know, competitors, or administration within your business, just step back, take five seconds, you know, just to breathe. Okay, right, okay, let's approach it and let's deal with it. You know, that sort of attitude there needs to be done. Because the outcome, if you do this, the outcome of this is the Ten of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. This, you couldn't get a better combination. You really couldn't get a better combination for your financial side here. Happiness after difficulty. And I think that difficulty is having a control over your emotions, even if you're right. And it's like that whole idea, the customer is always right. They're not always right. But it's sometimes within the interest of the business to kind of sort of say, yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Okay, fine. You go, yeah, right. Hopefully with that bad experience, that bad customer won't come back. Because you don't need bad customers. You want good customers. You know, and customers that engaged in your business or in your job. And that's what I mean here. That's the sort of thing that's going to come out of this. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's a really good reading for you, Taurus. I think you will really appreciate the world and yourself by the end of the week. And this is where the Ace of Swords will come through amazingly. You will really feel like that you are on top of everything. That you've got it. You know how it works. Absolutely brilliant. There you go, Taurus. Thank you very much for being here. There is plenty of other videos. There is that video that was called The Game Changer for everyone, collective and timestamps, which you'll find on our channel. I'll link it at the end of this sort of reading here. Yeah, thank you very much for your support. And there's links in the description below for private readings and healing sessions, or even just buy me a cup of coffee. That'd be lovely. It's another way of showing your support for this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.